Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. And, of course, Franz Wagner, not a part of this lineup. We'll see how they do.
I'll tell you what, the fans will really miss him. He was just so popular, a tremendous talent. But the great thing about the NBA, new stars will emerge. And the question is, who will it be?
Stolen by Reed. In transition, here they come. McDaniels with it. Guarded now by Finney-Smith. Edwards looking it over. Booker with the defensive effort. Left side, Wembanyama. Wembanyama screen. On the wing, Finney-Smith. Here's Kidd. And that's good. His first. Bucket of the game.
Timeout.
Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And the Timberwolves with possession. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. As you can imagine, the team spent much of their practice preparing for Devin Booker. Coach said there's no great way to defend him. He can beat you at the rim, from mid-range, well beyond the arc as well. And on top of all that, he creates for others. Brian?
And Allie, thanks. Here's Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Here's Brown. Lays it up and banks it in.
Strong and explosive Jaylen Brown is a tough matchup in the painted area.
Pass to Wembanyama. Shoots over Reed. Wembanyama's shot is good.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
McDaniels a screen. Reed with it. Shoots it from the corner. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
Pass to Booker. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Off with the layup. And here's Minnesota now. It's a three-point game. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Here's Castle. Back to Wembanyama. Offline with a three.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
Left side Reed for three. Finney-Smith pulls it in.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Down low. McDaniels with the rebound. Minnesota leading by three. Here's Billups. And he converts the layup.
You leave an opening for Billups, and he's going to take advantage of it and exploit it. Very smart play that time by Chauncey.
Outside for Booker. And there's a minute 45 left in the first.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And that one's good.
Down low, kids' assertiveness makes the difference. I mean, helping them get around the trees, the big fellas in there, and to a shot, that's good work.
And they pick up 2. Phillips has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Billups. 5 on the clock. Back to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
To the wing on the left. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Kids got 6.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. And he drives in. Reed can't hit.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
Inside. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh?
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
You know, in the early going, they've been effective scoring in the mid-range, and if it's falling, I say stay with it.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
Spurs trail by 3. Pass to Kidd. Outside Wembanyama. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Here's Brown. Oh, Brown! All the way to the rim. Man, oh, man.
Just awesome speed from Brown. Blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, BA. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of this game.
And the word is they challenge each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
The 3, DiVincenzo. Rebounded by the Spurs. Next up, they'll face the Hawks in Atlanta. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Offensive board. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama, so comfortable inside.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Pure from three-point range. DiVincenzo's got his first 3 points of the game.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Outside Wembanyama. From deep. Hauled in by Brown. And Brown has got the ball here for Minnesota. They lead by 4. Pass to Cornette. It's Edwards on the wing. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He's going to talk it over with his guys. know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Outside Booker. Back to Paul. Pass to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks.
Reeves at 6'5" is kind of sneaky long, and he can more than hold his own inside.
It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. For 3, DiVincenzo. Spurs trail by 6. Pass to Booker. Here's Bassey. Outside for Booker. 4 on the clock. The baseline, Jay. Bassey can't get it to go.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
There's the unselfishness you like to see in a guard. DiVincenzo keeping his eyes up and his options open.
San Antonio with the ball. Following the score by Minnesota. Look at Booker elevate.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's Billups. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Pass to Reeves. Launches it. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. To the middle. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. 29 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Reeves has got his second basket on the night.
I love when Reeves has the ball in his hands. He's crafty, and he always seems to make things happen.
And Billups gets it to go. And here's Booker. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. And they call an illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I could.
Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Minnesota leading by 13. Now Brown. Pass to DiVincenzo. Knocks down the long J. DiVincenzo's got 6.
And the three-point shot of DiVincenzo is dangerous. Defense cannot allow him to get airspace from there.
Kidd. Oh, got a piece of it. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Here's Brown. Plenty of space. Offline with a baseline jumper. Spurs trail by 16. Pass to Reeves. From behind the arc. Sohan with a rebound.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Edwards. Oh! Power is home!
Oh, wow!
Watch out now. look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim. A little raw skill-wise, but Sochan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Pass to Wembanyama. The three ball. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And it's stolen by Finney-Smith. The pull-up. Wow, Wembanyama running the floor.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Brown scanning the floor. There's a screen. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. Left side, Edwards. Rebound, San Antonio. He takes it in. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got his first points in this one.
Timeout. Yeah, and that's where Castle is most effective, when he's getting downhill and attacking.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Billups. He's got 13. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. Here's Kidd. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Outside Edwards. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Billups. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Just 5 on the clock. Outside McDaniels. From the arc. Minnesota again missing. Spurs trailed by 11. Outside Wembanyama. It's Booker on the wing. Outside Finney-Smith. Misses the three. Fast break, Minnesota. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul of the game. .133 left to play in the third quarter here. Here's Billups. 13 points in the game. Cornette.
Great effort by Wemby defensively.
Cornette can't hit. They've got a chance here to cut the deficit to within 10. Nice shot by Finney-Smith.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Minnesota leading by 9. Here's Billups. Pass to Shannon. Sinks it from distance. Shannon's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Kidd. Outside Booker. McDaniels with the rebound. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the game. Both good from the line that time. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Minnesota making a change here. Spurs trail by 11. Outside Paul. It's Booker on the wing. Fires it. It's Booker on the wing. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Up in time. It's not going to go for him. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was telling his team. Coach was seething about the turnovers. He said, I love everything we're doing but the turnovers. They're killing us. Let's clean up that before it sinks us.
Thanks for that, Allie. On the wing, Reeves. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Outside Reed. Lets it go. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
Oh, nice shot by Brown.
Brown taking on all challengers. This kind of fearless approach is what his teammates and coaches love seeing.
Wembanyama screen. Yes, it's good.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Puts it up from 17. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
To the inside. McDaniels. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, Wemby with the deep ball.
He's caught fire from beyond the arc here in the second half.
Brown inside. Oh, and a dunk by Brown.
Brown with that amazing athleticism, putting on a show out there with jams like that.
Here's Wembanyama. Shoots over Reed. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Free throw good, Wembanyama.
And with the 8-foot wingspan of Wembanyama, it feels like he releases the ball halfway to the bucket.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
And Billups gets it to go.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Back to Booker. And Booker with the jam.
Oh, power it down, Devin.
The Timberwolves lead by 9. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Reed, covered by Wembanyama. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And every season, it seems, Reed takes another step forward in adding to his game, and that's a testament to his strong work ethic.
Pass to Castle. Down low. Here's Booker. Here's Wembanyama. Basket counts. Wembanyama's got 30 points.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
Here's Billups. And yep, it's good.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
All alone on the break. That one's true, and that's 9 for 12 for him now.
Billups is just one of those guys who has excellent feel for how to handle himself on the court, especially in transition.
Outside for Wembanyama. Three-pointer. Ooh, Wembanyama, just too good.
Boy, a big man with great touch from deep, always a valuable commodity in today's game.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Billups. Here's Reed. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Outside Wembanyama. Here's Kidd. Now Booker. Wembanyama screen. Oh, Wembanyama reaches up and throws it down.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Here's Billups. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Had the space there, but it's offline. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Edwards. There's the drive. And Edwards slams it in.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
Outside Wembanyama. So it's Minnesota picking up the win. This one, and that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Here we go. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. And, of course, Franz Wagner. He was a tweener who did a lot for his team. Let's see how they do.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
It's good. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. All free throws good from Doncic. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
It's Black in the corner. Here's Randall. The 19-footer is on the money.
Yeah, an underrated ball handler. Randall can beat you off the dribble. He keeps pressure on the defense.
Left side, Brown. Out to the right wing. And a wide-open shot from Reed. Off target from outside. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Jamal Mosley. David.
Now, we talked about the difficulty of trying to contain a player like Jaylen Brown. Coach said we can't let him gain confidence and feel like he can do whatever he wants. That's when you get into trouble. Now it's up to the players to make sure this doesn't happen. Guys?
Thank you, David. Brown wide open. He fires. The basket good off the assist from Billups.
You know, early on, Brown struggled with his confidence taking threes. Now he's a knockdown threat.
Fires from deep. Reed with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Edwards. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
You know, when you're a guard like Edwards, I think you need the teardrop in your arsenal. Too many great rim protectors in the NBA. That's a shot you need to have.
Now here's Randall. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Minnesota in the lead. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and, you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections. He goes after loose balls. He gets you extra possessions on the glass. He steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Now, here's Doncic. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Outside, Edwards. To the left wing. .156 left in the first quarter of the game. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
And finished off by Doncic.
Did you guys see that from Luka? My goodness, some extra sauce there.
.131 left to play in the first quarter. Shot by McDaniels, no good. The Magic trailed by 3. From deep. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Pass to Black. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Doncic looking it over. Just 2 to shoot. Here's West. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you look at all the things this fan brings to the game. The focus, the resolve, a winner's mindset. I mean, there's a reason why they call him the logo.
Minnesota leading by 4. Now here's Phillips. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The tray. It's good from long range.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Doncic outside. Picked by Randall. Here's West. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Here's Billups. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead as they end the first quarter on a 15-17. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Back to Edwards. Clark left side. O'Neal with the steal. That one misses. Some solid defense from Brown. Driving, it's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, Edwards doing a nice job excelling in transition. Has a really good understanding of how to fill the lane and get where he needs to be.
Here's Dillingham. And the layup falls. Dillingham's got his first basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Outside Edwards. Here's Gobert. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Clearly the strength of Gobert's game. Tough cover down low.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Both teams deciding to change it up. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Magic. 6-point game. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Ball stolen. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Clark outside. 5 to shoot. To the wing right side. A clear look for Reed. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
Here's Doncic. And rejection by McDaniels. Phillips goes in. Pass to McDaniels. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Timberwolves leading by 8. And here is Billups. .131 left in the first half. And it's Clark in the corner. Billups, no good. West, right side. Back to Black. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Left side, Billups. Clark outside. Outside, Billups. It's rebounded by Doncic. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Pass to Reed. Doncic with the steal. And now running up the court, West pushing it up. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And Billups gets it to go. Billups has got the lead up to 8 now for Minnesota.
Phillips is just one of those guys who has excellent feel for how to handle himself on the court, especially in transition.
And the Timberwolves making a change here.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
It's stolen by Edwards. To the inside. Cuts off the pass. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Now Billups. shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
Handle no good. Minnesota leading by 11. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. DiVincenzo's got 9.
Well, DiVincenzo knows how to create for himself. Finds an opening and quickly takes advantage.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Doncic outside. Pass to Ware. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Randall. The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And it's Brown missing. The Magic trailed by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Where? And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. The Magic have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
Pass to McDaniels. Timberwolves passing it around. Brown outside. Here's McDaniels. Now here's Brown. From deep, Phillips. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. They set the pick. Pass to Dillingham. Wiggins surveying the floor. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And Billups is a clutch performer, someone who isn't afraid of taking big shots. I just love how fearless he is.
Here's Carter. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Carter's got his second bucket.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Shannon drills the three-pointer.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
And like a number of centers in today's NBA, Wendell Carter Jr. continues, Clark, to hone his three-point shooting.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, it's almost mandatory necessary for big guys nowadays to be able to knock down not only the mid-range jumper, but the three-point shot. Give credit to Carter Jr. for seeing this growing trend and then working to put it into his toolkit.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
And I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
The Magic trailed by 16. West outside. Rebound, Minnesota.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Pass to West. There's the triple. Traps in the tray. West has got 7 points in the game.
And that's what you get when you combine the range and just his overall confidence. Mr. Outside.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Minnesota leading by 17. Here's Edwards. The shot, no good. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. Forcing his way inside. Doncic.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Here's Brown. And finished off by Brown.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double.
46.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team.
Outstanding entertainment. One more time. Let's hear it.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Magic. Trailing by 17. The fadeaway, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
West with a wide open look.
The defense has adjusted to them in the second half. Now they need to adjust back.
Takes it inside. A nice shot by McDaniels. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And also, guys, they push the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Here's Doncic. Some solid defense from Brown.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
The 3 from Billups. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 21. Here's Randall. West outside. To the middle. A nice shot by Black.
And so in control of the game. West keeping the defense off balance with that pass.
Throws it up high.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
And you don't see that kind of quickness from your bigs very often. Randall with great hands there.
And the wide open shot from Billups. Outside Edwards. Shot clock at 5. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Boy, great take by Edwards, making the correct decision in the pick and roll there.
Randall outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniel.
Now in the lineup for the Timberwolves, Clark.
The Magic trailed by 21. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Doncic drills it from outside.
He has such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Magic on defense. It's an 18-point game. Good on the triple.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Anthony Edwards.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
That free throw, no good. So both teams making some changes here. He hits the second from the line. And the Magic with possession. They get a hand on it. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Drops in the tray off the fast break.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And here is McDaniel. DiVincenzo with it. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy.